Ladies and gentlemen, continuing with the invention, well, technically I've already invented it, so now I'm just creating some more Time Machine tablets. This is actually the second one that I made. I've been keeping it inside of my phone case just as a test to see what it enhances. The first one vanished, which I took to mean something quite fascinating indeed. The scale that we're at, I don't have a ruler on me, but the scale is about 1 centimeter. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Is about 1 centimeter by 2 centimeters, which is very fascinating. I'm wearing one ring right now, electron configuration, but I'm using these are actually the building blocks of a Time Machine ring, but I'm using them to build the Time Machine tablets, which is par for the course when it comes to Time Machines. There's a fractal nature to them. This, for instance, is the same material as the Time Machine Labs. Well, these are different poster boards, but they're both poster boards. In fact, let me open up a lab here. Of course, this is the Time Machine Station. Very fascinating. Interesting, sorry. Some wax on there. Open up one Time Machine Lab. For it to work inside of. Just allow our station a little bit more resiliency. Record some data elsewhere. Alright, well, let's get going. So I'm going to make one more so these were originally called Time Machine tablets, though I've renamed them Time Machine chips. I use this one as a measuring tool, so we can start getting some ubiquitous measurements. Okay. That might be a little long, actually. Let me see. Yeah, it's long. I don't know how I messed that up. I'm sure you guys can see on the video how I messed it up. But anyway, a little wasted material there, or maybe this little piece will become some new Time Machine right here. Maybe this will be the... Imagine if this was a scale of the Time Machine. But anyway, so I've discovered that this scale of Time Machine, and I'm going to go ahead and remove some of that white edge off the top, might have broken through to true time relevance. I'm making some marks on the lab. I don't know if you can see those. Interesting data being recorded. Nothing better than it. But anyway, true time scale relevance. Meaning that, so decay is a part of the fourth dimension. And so, what I found with the Time Machine rings, I only ever made about 14 of them. I would have expected them all to disappear by now, but I always remain with at least one. And I'm going to give you some correlations to that. That might, of course, not make sense, but it's where I currently am. The first three dimensions, I call them configurations when it comes to the rings. So one ring equals first dimension electron configuration. 10 is 10th dimension hover, because hover is the 10th dimension. Now, with the first dimension, though, I don't have 10 rings right now for sure. Why is that? Higher dimensions are increasingly unstable. Now, where that instability starts is at the fourth dimension. I don't even think I have 4 rings right now. Now, electrons, on the other hand, are super duper stable. They survive basically, as far as science currently knows it, infinitely. And so, I'm thinking there's a correlation to the electron configuration. When there's only one ring, it can also survive because of its macro three-dimensional nature. Just sort of grasping at straws here, to be honest with you. It can also last virtually forever. Now, the interesting thing about the tablets, though, is, because these are time machines, so they should be fourth dimensional regardless of the configuration, because they are time machines. And time is the fourth dimension in my hypothesis. So I'm thinking at this scale, regardless of the configuration or how many of them I have, I might have approached a scale where they decay naturally, or they desire to decay, which means the only way you could keep them around is to create some sort of system, which is why with this one that I still have, I've been keeping inside of my case. The other one I kept in my shirt pocket, dress shirt pocket, and I don't know how he got out of there, but by the end of the day, he was gone. So I'm testing them for increased decay rates, see if that they're decaying faster. So that'll be very interesting to see if that is any part of what is going on here. Yes, but we shall not know until testing is complete. And so, oops, we construct. Oh my gosh, get over here. Construct. And we test. The only thing that's difficult is working at these small scales is starting to require the need for extreme precision, which is not easy. Though, of course, my current setup is lacking. I need to construct a new time machine. This is actually, sorry, this is the time machine tray, time machine space, not the time machine station. I need to construct a new time machine station, which is much larger, as well as a new time machine office. And that'll give me the room to really work. Found another ring, fascinatingly enough. It's fascinating that this ring is still together. It's pure data right there. Pure data. Look how you can't even see. It's only connected by those thin fibers. But anyway, all right, the only thing left is to move this out the way. Got a time machine studio propping up the space tray. But these ones, they're so small that I don't even know if I'm fitting the whole word time machine on them. I just do my best. But there's a new time machine mic, so I'm changing them to time machine chips instead of time machine tablets, but there we go. 2 time machine chips filmed at the same time for the first time ever. Wow, super duper amazing. So we'll continue tests with these this week. I'll probably make a few more of these, though I don't know if I'll film all of those. Let's go ahead and do a 3D time machine test on these right now. Using the 3-dimensional Time Machine Studio clear series, acrylic series. Had some time machine materials in there, as well as one ring that has met its untimely destruction. An early ring, very large macro time machine ring here. Let's enter these 2 time machine chips. Extremely fascinating. Riveting result later, ladies and gentlemen. I look forward to the analysis of this. But you have an amazing day. Thank you for being here at another Kinyo time machine test. And remember that at Kinyo, we're always trying to be, the company of the future. So anything you need, don't forget about us. Other than time machines, of course, we engage in quite a few different things. So, I'll see you soon. Goodbye.